Hi, Jim Gordon back with another small cap interview on location at the Fairmont Pacific Rim Hotel in downtown Vancouver, just across the street from the Vancouver Convention Center where the Vancouver Resource Investment Conference is taking place. We have brought over a gentleman well known from the conference just across the street. It's a great pleasure to welcome Robert Kiyosaki, the author of the best-selling Rich Dad, Poor Dad, advocating for the importance of financial literacy. Sir, it's great to have you here. We're going to talk about a lot of things, and I love you've brought props. So welcome, first of all. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Lots to talk about, but I'm going to start, because you haven't told me what's going on here, but I want to talk about you. I brought some props. You take it from there.
Well, I kind of grew up here. I'm from Hawaii. Mm-hmm. I live in Arizona now. But I was up here starting gold mines. So it was 30-something years ago. I was one of these junior miners.
Right. Standing
at a booth pitching my deal. And as they say, what's the definition of a gold miner? Is a liar standing next to a hole, you know.
Okay.
So I was one of those liars standing next to a hole.
Right.
And the hole was in China.
Right.
So I was raising money for this gold deal in China. We took it public on Toronto, mm-hmm. and we struck gold.
Right.
So I looked like a hero. And for a little while, I was, kind of a gross billionaire because we had so much gold. Mm-hmm. But then the Chinese took it. So they nationalized it.
Right.
And so that's how you learn, you know. And
sure.
But it's an honor to be back here at the VRIC. It's a fabulous conference. I say this a lot. This is the next Silicon Valley.
Okay. Yeah.
What I mean by that is I was in Silicon Valley in the 70s and 80s raising capital. I'm a capitalist. Mm-hmm. And so resources, gold, silver, lithium, copper, they're the next Silicon Valley. And so it's great being here. Jay Martin's done a fabulous job, a very class operation. Mm-hmm. So I'm impressed. I'm very impressed.
Well, it leads into, I wanted to ask you, as you said, we brought you across the street here from the convention. You have been around. You tell this first, then I'll go to my next question.
Well, this here is a pre-64 quarter. Mm-hmm. And the reason that's important, this used to be pure, it is pure silver.
Right.
So my friend Dana Samuelson from American Gold Exchange in Austin, Texas, sent this to me. So this is called numismatic because it's collectible.
Right.
So I just happened to have this in my pocket, and I was at the Safeway store at the salad bar, and I've gotten, Rich Dad is now 25 years, still number one.
I couldn't believe it. Time
still
flies.
Number one.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of the guru. So I walk into the salad bar at Safeway, and they're serving me my coleslaw and all this stuff. And the little ladies come running up and they say, what should we invest in? What should we invest in? Because real estate's crashing, stocks are crashing.
Sure.
So I just happened to have this. I held this up, this pre-64 quarter, and I said, this is the best investment of all times. Give me $3 for this. And their brains fried. You could see the smoke. Wow. Oh, well, why would we give you $3 for that?
Right.
And I said, okay, give me $2. And their brains still fried up. And then finally they said, why? I said, because this is real. This is fake. And they went, and their brains are going like this.
Right.
So the reason I wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad and my games and all this is our schools have no financial education.
Yeah, true.
So what we have are people all over the world working for fake money. And my concern is the gap between rich and poor gets wider. So there's homelessness all over the world now.
Certainly, yeah.
But there's also the working homeless. So they're not drug dealers or everybody, well, there's just drug dealers, who are homeless. They're not. A lot of them are working homeless. And they just can't afford it because they work for this. Because what happened in '64, President Johnson took the silver out of coinage. And then in 71, Nixon took gold out of this.
Right.
So our money's fake. They call this fiat. It's fake. So that's why I'm a gold bug. And 30 years ago, I was standing here like all the little miners, and I'm very, very optimistic about gold and silver because resources are going to be the next Silicon Valley.
I just started to ask you, you've been over there, you have a long history. Talk about the feelings you see over there. 'Cause we haven't been over there. I personally have not been over there this week. We've been over in this wonderful room on the set. What are you seeing over there? I mean, this is really one of the first ones to come back for a lot of people since 2019.
Well, I'm impressed, because I was one of those guys 30-something years ago, young kid, And there's a next multi-billion-dollar deal sitting there.
Right.
The trouble is they're juniors.
Yeah.
And you come here to VRIC and you come to get educated and ask questions. And pretty soon it starts to form in your brain, and if you put, like, let's say $1,000 down on one of these junior miners, it could be the next, Amazon or Bitcoin or whatever it is, you know what I mean? So it's exciting times here in Vancouver.
Can you talk more about your thoughts on 2023 in gold and silver? You've mentioned it. Can you give me a bit of a forecast from what you see for the rest of this year?
Well, I'm kind of different because I own gold mines. I took a company, ODV, the Trixie mine in Utah, public and all this. So I control thousands of ounces of this.
Right.
And this. I took a silver mine in Argentina public, and it was purchased by another major.
Right.
So every little junior hopes to get purchased by a major.
Right.
And that's what that hall is filled with. So I don't really consider prices. My first gold coin I bought in Hong Kong in 1972 after Nixon took this off the gold standard. Right. It was a South African Krugerrand, and I paid $50 for it. I still have that Krugerrand.
Really?
Yeah. But it's stored in a country outside of America because Americans are afraid that our government might take it again.
Right, right.
So that little $50 Krugerrand is now worth about $2,500. And so Americans are still, or Canadian, they're working for this.
Right.
And that's my concern. The gap is too wide today. And they're losing confidence in this all over the world. Whatever we did to Russia and Ukraine, we put sanctions on them. It's not getting better. So that's my concern. The gap between rich and poor is now too wide. And homelessness, some of it's drugs, some of it's mental illness, but a lot of it, people just can't afford to live anymore because this is fake money. That's my concern. So how much is this going to go? I don't know. All I care about is how much do I own.
Right.
I think this is a $15,000 coin, probably 5 to 10 years. Today it's about $2,200.
Right.
But it means this has gotten worse. So it's not good. If I get rich, the world gets poor. That's my concern.
Right. Talking with Robert Kiyosaki, who's mentioned before, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and a long-time history in mining, which of course the convention is all about, across the street. Robert, we appreciate you taking some time to go over and talk to us today. Oh. And good luck getting home. You're from Phoenix,
yes,
where the weather is a lot warmer. So we wish you luck and safe travels, and thank you again for joining us.
And Vancouver is such a beautiful city.
It is a good city, yeah.
As
I said to you when we first went on camera, though, just a little colder today than we'd like it, but it is a beautiful city. And we thank you for joining us here in the Small Cap Interview, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.